Pixie, and welcome to Pixie's Pit. On today's episode, we'll be talking about AEW Dynamite from tonight, and we will be trying Pepsi Nitro. And we also have Miss Vickies sweet and spicy ketchup chips. Alright, so let's get into these chips first. So I'm going to just open them up. So it says, crafted with care since 1987, sweet and spicy ketchup. So it does say no artificial flavors or colors, so that's pretty exciting. And I am a big fan of ketchup chips in general, so I'm really hoping that these will be good, because to bring a bit of a spice to a ketchup chip sounds magnificent to me. So hopefully they won't be too sweet. We'll have to see. Oh wow, so they smell like ketchup and vinegar right off the bat. They have that kind of aroma coming off them, and they look quite red, so hopefully they're seasoned quite nicely. So let's see, this is what a chip would look like. This one's kind of folded over. All right. Crunchy, ketchupy, vinegary, any spice though. To me, this tastes like French fries with ketchup. I get a little bit of a kick in the back of my throat, but I think it's coming from like a lot of vinegar and not as much of a heat or spice element. Yeah, a little bit of spice. It might build a little bit. Really crunchy. I like these. They taste just like fries with ketchup. Gonna give them an 8 out of 10 horns in the air. I would give them higher, but I think that they're not quite spicy enough. So they're really good though. Moving into Pepsi Nitro. All right. So Nitro Pepsi is a nitrogen-infused version of Pepsi. Now it has a infusion of nitrogen gas instead of the usual carbon dioxide, so it's supposed to have a smooth texture. So let's see if it does. We're going to pour it into a glass here, and it does have instructions. It says chill can, pour hard, and enjoy and admire. So I'm going to get the tap. Wow, that's going to go everywhere, isn't it? Okay. Yikes. Okay. So that was definitely interesting. Didn't shake it or anything beforehand. So we're just kind of pouring it into the glass now. Okay. And we're going to put our straw in. Wow, that's really sweet. To me, that's kind of like crazy sweet. It definitely is creamier and smoother. It does kind of remind me of the thickness or richness of kind of like a beer or something like this. But to be honest, one of my favorite parts about Pepsi is the carbonation, so it's kind of missing that for me. The smoothness is pleasant. The sweetness for me, it's kind of a little bit too sweet almost. So I'm going to give this one also a 7 out of 10 horns in the air. This show opened with a steel cage match, Wardlow versus Shawn Spears, with special guest referee MJF. Shawn Spears wore a skeleton mask, somewhat like the Punisher, and somewhat like Skeletor. MJF can't find the key to Wardlow's handcuffs. Spears and MJF attack Wardlow. MJF finally finds the key. Spears stomps on Wardlow's hand. Wardlow gave a couple kicks. MJF and Spears ram Wardlow's face into the steel cage. Wardlow is still handcuffed but pulls off a big back body drop. Wardlow snapped the handcuffs and throws Spears into the cage. Wardlow and Spears try to scale the cage, a swanton by Wardlow, but MJF refuses to count even though Spears is pinned. MJF begs Wardlow to hit him and delivers a low blow to Wardlow, a C4 by Spears. Spears gets a chair, Wardlow ducks, and Spears ends up hitting MJF straight in the face, and MJF goes down. Wardlow hovers behind Spears and gives him 3 power bombs, and then he power bombs Spears onto a chair the 4th time. Another referee comes down to the ring to make the count, and MJF is still out. Wardlow takes out 12 security guards, power bombs another security guard into the cage, and climbs to the top of the cage to stare down and point at MJF, who has retreated up the ramp. Jericho throws a fireball at a staff member for wearing a Jon Moxley shirt and said that he did it because he's a wizard. CM Punk says he loves the fans and that he's going to walk out the champion. Hangman Page says that he's going to blow a pipe bomb down to Punk's feet and watch it blow up in his face. Page refuses to shake Punk's hand and punches him in the face, and Punk hits the mat. The Jericho Appreciation Society beat down Mox. Danielson and Jericho start to go at it. Aubrey restrains Jericho, but Danielson and Jericho mix it up. Matt Hardy says that the Young Bucks don't have the fortitude that they do. He says that Young Bucks are Hardy cosplayers and that the Hardys are extreme. The Young Bucks are elite, but the Hardys are the delete, and that they're going to delete the Young Bucks. In Starks versus Jungle Boy versus Swerve, Jungle Boy tries to roll up Starks. There's knife edge chops by Jungle Boy to Swerve. Jungle Boy does a hurricanrana to Starks. Jungle Boy does a drop kick to Swerve. Starks pulls Jungle Boy out of the ring by his ankle. Starks throws Swerve into the barricade and stomps on his head twice. And then Starks chops Jungle Boy, or hurricanrana, in the ring to the outside of the ring by Jungle Boy on Swerve. Swerve does a side kick to Starks' face. Starks spears Swerve. There's a Michinoku driver by Starks to Jungle Boy, a Rochambeau by Starks to Swerve. But Jungle Boy puts Starks in the snare trap. Starks gets to the bottom rope. Jungle Boy does it again. Swerve breaks it up with a Swerve stomp to Starks for the win. Hobbs clotheslines Swerve and throws Jungle Boy. Luchasaurus runs out, and he and Hobbs start to struggle. Keith Lee heads to the ring. Hobbs punches both Luchasaurus. He also does kicks, and then he flies out of the ring. Keith Lee does a flying maneuver out of the ring and crashes down on both Luchasaurus and Hobbs. Then there was Samoa Joe versus Kyle O'Reilly. Elbows and chops by Joe, a knee by O'Reilly, elbows by Joe, a dragon screw by Kyle O'Reilly, flying knee by O'Reilly, kicks and punches from O'Reilly to Joe, a leg sweep by Joe, a senton by Joe, a big clothesline by Joe for a 2 count. There was also strikes by Joe. Riley goes for Joe's left arm. O'Reilly tries to pin Joe. There's a rear naked sleeper by Joe for the win. And then Adam Cole comes out, and Joe and Adam Cole have a stare down on the ramp. Thank you so much for watching. Please remember to share this video with other wrestling fans and to give the video a big like and subscribe. And until next time, goodbye and good night.